This is Joe's Corner 76. I will be discussing the human condition. In order to change it, we have to be involved. I look at the state of the world around me and I'm forced to ask the question, is there intelligent life on Earth? Whether you believe humankind was given this beautiful green planet by God, or if it was created through natural causes, or was just an accident, we should all realize this planet is unique in our solar system and in the many galaxies that exist. It has just the right balance to support life, and nature has evolved to create a system where survival is based on a natural interdependence that allows the ecosphere to work as it has for billions of years. Where does humanity fit in? Our ancestors have been around for 6 million years. Modern humans only evolved about 200,000 years ago. Civilization as we know it began about 6,000 years ago. Industrialization began in earnest in the early 1800s. In a rapid period of time, we've gone from horse and buggy to space travel. New inventions and concepts develop every day. Human knowledge in some areas increases faster than others, but on average, human knowledge is doubling every 12 months, and it's soon to be every 12 hours. One would think that man would have evolved and developed a society where poverty was eliminated, equality of all was a given, and society would have created a system that respected nature and was sustainable without destroying the environment. This seems to be the intelligent things to do. Did this happen? No bloody way. Science continually advanced and gave us great material progress, but society hasn't really changed. In 6,000 years, we still kill each other and destroy. The only thing that has changed is that we can kill more efficiently. In fact, we can destroy the world in minutes. Does this sound intelligent to you? Currently, the world spends nearly $3 trillion a year on arms to protect nations, keep their resources and territory. There are conflicts about water, famine is occurring, and many countries have scarce water resources. And with climate change, it is expected that there will be mass population migrations that will cause instability in the world. Nearly 1 billion people lack the most basic water and sanitation. It is estimated that $10 billion would give everyone clean water and sanitation. This would cut 1/3 off of the number of diarrhea cases every year, which is currently 4 billion people, resulting in 2.2 million deaths each year. You would think that it would be the intelligent thing to do. It makes you wonder why it hasn't happened. Every year, 10.7 million hectares of forest are cut down worldwide without consideration of the effect this has on the ecosphere. Trees take in carbon and release oxygen, which all living creatures need. The deforestation releases this carbon into the air. It causes watersheds to change, destroys wildlife habitat, and renders large areas of land useless because they weren't meant for sustained agriculture, and mining operations pollute the land and water. The carbon release is a direct contributor to climate change. Only a worldwide agreement on reforestation will reverse this trend by planting more trees, using sustainable forestry practices, and providing those areas of the world who use the forest for fuel and slash farming alternatives. There are programs working on this, but we need to put this up as a priority for our survival and work it on this basis. Remember all that money spent on arms? This would be the intelligent thing to do. Oceans. How important are they to us? They provide 50% of our oxygen, absorb 50% more carbon than our atmosphere, and help regulate our climate. The oceans provide ingredients found in our foods, and many medical agreements come from the seas. They provide employment for millions. The sea currently provides us with a source of food now, but the oceans could be an important source in feeding the growing human population and provide protein from plants. Aquafarming is being used to raise various sea creatures for food in a controlled environment. It is the fastest growing segment of agriculture. Oceans are extremely important to us. Yet we pollute them. Garbage, plastic debris, chemical pollutants from agriculture, oil seepage, and sewage. 80% of marine pollution originates in the form of runoffs as pollution is swept into the sea through rain and rivers. Given the importance of oceans, it would seem the intelligent thing to do would be to stop the pollution. Why isn't it being done? We have the means. Climate change. There are endless debates as to whether climate change is caused by man, if it's a natural cycle, and what should be done about it. Drought, forest fires, and increased carbon emissions are real, and they are having some effect on us. Some areas are so dry, forest burns. There is drought in one area and flooding in other areas. The world is reacting in one vein, like the sky is falling, and we are doomed, to the opposite view that nothing is wrong. Like most things, the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Carbon emissions are high, but no one is raising their voice and screaming that the largest polluters just keep doing it. They have no choice, since their people want goods and services, and it takes energy to produce them. We have alternatives to reduce carbon emissions: natural gas and nuclear power. Technology and industry can solve this problem when we show them it can be profitable. Taxes won't reduce emissions. If climate change causes drought, we need to develop more drought-resistant crops. If climate change causes flooding or rising sea levels, we need to combat them by not building on floodplains, building infrastructures to combat rising water levels like Holland does. There are things we can do about climate change now. That would be the intelligent thing to do. Deserts make up almost a third of the Earth's surface. They're barren and inhospitable, and they're increasing. Deserts used to grow naturally over time, but many experts now say deserts are mainly caused by humans. There is a loss of land that could have been used for agriculture. Can deserts be reversed? Yes, they can. Sustainable land can fix issues like overexploitation of plants, overgrazing, tramping of soils, and irrigation projects that cause and worsen desert increase. Protective vegetation cover that will protect from water and wind erosion to help prevent the loss of the ecosystem during droughts. Alternative farming and industrial methods that are less demanding on local land and natural resources. In order to get larger reversal of deserts, there would have to be major changes in land management on a global basis to achieve this. It's the intelligent thing to do. Why isn't it being done? The vast majority of us have got to realize that we have nowhere else to go while we are alive. We're on spaceship Earth. It only has so much room and so many resources. There are no more. And if we can't agree on how to use them for the benefit of all humanity, we will not survive as a species. Mother Earth doesn't need us. We need her. So we had better start and clean up our act before she does. That would be the intelligent thing to do. With what we spend on arms each year, we could make heaven or hell on earth. Will we make the intelligent choice? You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Joe's Corner 76. You can hear me on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and YouTube at Joe's Corner 76.